Let's mention some of the ahadith, and inshallah ta'ala conclude with that point. The Prophet, he told us, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he said, لَيَكُونَنَّ مِنْ أُمَّتِي أَقْوَامٍ يَسْتَحِلُّونَ الْحِرَّ وَالْحَرِيرَ. The Prophet, he said, there's going to be لَيَكُونَنَّ مِنْ أُمَّتِي أَقْوَامٍ يَسْتَحِلُّونَ الْحِرَّ. There's going to be from amongst my people a group of people who are going to make it halal for themselves al-hira, which is zina, wal-harira, which is silk, wal-khamra, and they will make khamr halal for themselves, wal-ma'azifa, and also music. There's going to come a day when the people will make that halal for themselves. And they will use many methods, many ways in order to permit themselves this. Al-hira means zina. They will permit it. How do they permit it? Sometimes they will be clear about it and say, what's wrong with it? It's their choice. If they want to, it's fine. There's nothing wrong. That's making it halal. Or they might say, I mean, I know where you're coming from, but let's not judge. If people want to have haram, if they want to have these type of relationships, whatever rocks their boat, whatever tickles their fancy, it's their choice. Who are we to judge? Etc. At first it was zina, and then it became homosexual, sah? And he just carried on. Now everything is just whatever tickles their fancies. So zina. Wal-harira, silk. Wal-khamra, alcohol. And the way that people will make these things halal, one of the steps Ibn al-Qayyim mentions in his kitab Ighathatul Lahfan fi Masayid al-Shaytan is that Shaytan will change the name. Look at it. Zina is called, I'm having an affair. Affair. Look how nice the word affair sounds. So then, this idea to be scared of zina is not there. It's affair. Just a little. It's an affair. They had an affair. What was it? What's other terms they used? I'm committed to this person. يعني al-Fahl, terms جذابة, that drag you in. That's what they use. They call alcohol juice. Wallah, juice. I remember one time, a guy tried to ask me for drugs in London. Sad, because a lot of Somalis, they do drugs. So he thought I was a drug dealer on a bus stop. And I had food in my hand. And I remember it's Tampak Lane, North London. I'm taking the bus. And a guy comes up to me and says to me, do you have food? And I was the last customer to actually get the chicken from the chicken and chip shop. I was excited to go home, and my mayo, everything was ready. I was going to go home and eat my chicken and chips. So he said, do you have food? And he kept repeating it. And I could see my bag. So I said, here it is. Take it if you want it. He looked at me and said, no, I want food. Kept repeating it. I didn't understand it. He left, and I'm thinking, how? I'm giving you food. You know. Later, I get told he meant food by drugs. Drugs means what? Is it in UK only where they call it food? Only the UK, huh? Elsewhere, do they call it food as well? I don't want to be somebody who's teaching you guys about the different names for haram stuff. But there it is. All of this is the smart move of shaitan. Hatta when shaitan took Adam and Hawa out of Jannah, what did he call the tree that Allah told him not to eat from? What did he call it? He called it Shajaratul Khuld, the tree of eternity. وَمُلْكٍ لَا يَبْلَى, and a kingdom that does not end. See, changing names, it was his style. He said to Adam, do you want to eat from the tree of eternity? Because human beings, if you tell them this is permanent, Allah, we love permanent. This is forever. Really? This is always going to be yours. This is all I've been asking for. So that's what he understood. He understood what the human wants to hear, and he allowed him to hear what he wants. And kingdom, leadership. That's what he said to Adam. So this idea is what shaitan uses. He did the same with khamr. and also music. Different names they've given music, صح? To allow it. This hadith mentions وَلَيَنْزِلَنَّ أَقْوَامٌ إِلَى جَنْبِ عَلَمٍ يَرُوحُ عَلَيْهِمْ بِسَارِحَةٍ لَهُمْ. The hadith says that there's going to be a group of people who are listening to music. They're engaged in music. They're listening. Listening to what? Music. So a group of people will come to them while they're listening to music, and they will say to them, we need something from you. And they will say to them, قَالَ ارْجِعْ إِلَيْنَا غَدًا. They will say to them, come back to us tomorrow. The hadith is Bukhari. They're listening to music, they're dancing, they're enjoying themselves. A group of people ask for some favor or something from them. They say, look, come back to us, إِلَيْنَا ارْجِعْ إِلَيْنَا غَدًا. Come back to us tomorrow. Before the other people come back, فَيُبَيِّتُهُمُ اللَّهُ, the narration mentions Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what does He do? He destroys them. وَيَجْعَلُ Allah makes subhanahu wa ta'ala the mountain that they were on their heads. Earthquakes, meaning the earth swallows them. Actually, the Prophet ﷺ said in a hadith, يَكُونُ فِي أُمَّتِي, there's going to come in my ummah an increase of earthquakes, where the earth shakes. Why is it? When this happens, إِذَا ظَهَرَ الْمَعَازِفُ, when the music becomes apparent. If music, everyone, people listen to music. Okay. وَكَثُرَ الْقِيَانُ, and the women who dance, who are told to dance, increase. وَشُرِبَتِ الْخُمُورِ, and the alcohol is consumed. When that happens, wait for the earthquake to come. Another hadith, the Prophet said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, يُمْسَخُ قَوْمٍ, a group of people, Allah will deform them. He'll change their physique, the way they look. مِنْ هَذِهِ الْأُمَّةِ, from this ummah. في آخر الزمان, the late times of the, before the hour strikes, they will be deformed into what? قِرَدَةً وَخَنَازِيرٍ, pigs and monkeys. And I'm telling you, brothers, if you look at, which I'm not advising you guys to do this, but if it happens and you've already seen it, look at some of these rappers who are rapping. The way they jump, the way they sound, the way they act. Some of them, it's not even, they already look like they've been deformed into pigs and monkeys. The way they're jumping from one table to another and screaming, calling themselves different names. So one of them, his name is something dog. He called himself this name. And he's called dog. That's what he called himself. The youngsters are laughing because they know this stuff. And this is do you understand, brothers? So things that were once upon a time, when we used to look at these ahadith, we used to just wonder. We didn't disbelieve in them. We used to just wonder and ask ourselves, how is this going to happen? In what way is it going to occur? And now it's unfolding in front of our eyes.